Hi, welcome to Scrubbing My Own Private Idaho, and I am going to try to do a quick tutorial on how I do my titles. My favorite place to go is Scrappy to Do It. So Scrappy to Do It, that is their logo right up there on the left hand side. I'm trying to hold this. I tried to do a split screen, but it didn't work. So I'm going to Scrappy to Do It. There's two ways you can search for things. You can search for them, you can just browse and see what everybody has, or you can type in the search column. Once you find something you like, so this is the one that I chose. It is by Anthadine Endeman, and she is my favorite designer. And so the only thing that you have to do, you need to have Cricut Design Space access. If you have that, almost everything you see is going to be, free. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this Design Space file. And it is going to bring me up to the next screen. It's going to take me directly to my Cricut application. Sometimes at the bottom, it's going to ask me to open. I've already had this open. So it's going to ask me to open and accept. And you want to do that. And then it will bring you to this. And it will say, edit a copy. A lot of times, so the only thing that I'm going to use on this layout is the tiny toes. So I'm going to go ahead and edit the copy. And once I edit the copy, you will see that it has the whole screen on here. Every file that you are going to cut out is going to have a 12 by 12. So you're going to go up here to group, and it's going to separate your group. And it's going to give you a little eye. And anytime it sees red here, see how it says red? I'm just going to simply... I'm going to press right there, and I'm going to close the eye and see how it removes that outer layer. That makes it so that it can cut it. Cricut will not cut anything that is larger than 11 by 11. So some people, if you wanted it to cut your other paper, it usually cuts this next layer. That's going to be at 11 and a half and 11 and a half. I'm not going to have it cut. To me, that's just easier. The feet are really cute, but I'm not using those this time. So I'm closing the eye on that one, and I'm closing the eye. And you can see that when I'm closing the eyes, it is taking things from that. So then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to remove it over here. Sorry. And I'm going to so I've highlighted it, and I'm going to backspace. Now, here's where the fun part comes. So I have this. Once again, I'm going to go back over to the group. And when you look at these, it kind of helps you realize how other people have created things. So that gives me the group. This is the color. So this lets me know if I click on this, that's going to show me the color. This is that dark color. I can change that color. Watch me change this color. I'm going to change it to red just for fun. See how that does that? Well, I really do want to go back to the blue. The blue was really cute. So I'm going to go back to that. And you can change your colors. I can also change my size. So this is at a 2.9 in height. So this is the height, and this is the width. So it's going to be 6 inches across. So if you wanted to make it bigger, you could make it bigger by just pressing these arrows. And you can, you got to make sure when you're changing, that's the other thing I want to say. When you're changing sizes, so I made a mistake, so I'm not going to go back. This is an important arrow. Just do the back button, and it will take you back to everything you've ever done. So now it's back to normal. You want to make sure you're grouping it before you try to change things. Otherwise, it won't group them in together. So see how now that they're together, I can change the size. So you can make it any size you want. So this is the quickest and the easiest way. There are very talented people. You need to ask to join the group. Once again, it's called Scrappy to Do It. They're usually within 1 or 2 days. They will allow that. And I'll put the group name in the description below. And it is such a wonderful group, and it just makes creating so easy, because I love titles, and I feel like I can make any paid paperwork for me as long as I have a great title and a great sketch. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I know this video is a little bit different, and by the way, my name's Joyani, and this is Scrapping in My Own Private Idaho, and hopefully this is just how I use it. There are other ways that people use that, and I'm going to be talking about titles. So this is my favorite way to make a title. And each week on Tuesday, I will show you a different title and a different way to use the titles. And I apologize for not being very techy, and I do have the layout that I do have a design space file. If you're not comfortable with doing that, I do have the design space file that I use to make this layout. So if you want to recreate that layout, I did use Stampin' Up! Paper. It's called You and Me. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please ask. Thanks so much. Bye.